Hey everyone, thanks for watching, and as you saw from the title, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Porta Fort in Halo 5. This is not clickbait, it actually works, and it's pretty cool, pretty proud of it. Alright, so before we start the tutorial bit of this, how about I just show you what it's going to look like. Alright, so we have our hostiles over here, they're threatening to kill me, pretty scared, so what I do is I run over here, grab my Porta Fort. Alright, I have my Porta Fort now. I throw the Porta Fort, my fort spawns in, I'm now able to hop in here and take out the hostiles, right? And as you can see, I have some good old decoration around it to make it feel a little bit more like a little outpost. Alright, so that's, simply what it looks like. Let's go ahead and get started on the tutorial. Alright, so we're going to start with the ball portion of the Porta Fort first. So, first thing you want to do is go ahead and open up your Spawn Objects menu. And then once there, go down to Extras. And then click on Scripting. And then go down to the section that says Game Modes. So, there are 2 flags and 2 balls. You can't really use the flags because flags don't make good Porta Forts. So there's a ball and then there's a ball skull. There's literally nothing different about these things except one is a skull. So just choose whichever one you want to use. Either will work. I'm going to use a ball because why not? Alright, so once you have chosen whichever one you're going to do, go ahead and press X and go down to your object properties. And all the way at the bottom you'll find the section that says scripting. Go ahead and add 5 scripts. Alright. Now, what you're going to want to do is go ahead and open up script 1. And the condition is going to be round event. The event is going to be start. Action 1 is going to be power set. The channel is going to be alpha. And the state is going to be off. And so what this script does is, at the beginning of each round, it sets the power of alpha, which represents, hey, the ball's been thrown, go ahead and spawn the Porta Fort or the fort in. And it sets that off, so it doesn't prematurely go off. Alright? So go ahead and get out of that, and open up script 2. Now, for the condition of this one, you're going to want it to be round event, just like last time. The event's going to be start, and the action 1 is going to be power set. The channel is going to be barvo, and then this state is going to be off. Now I'll explain what this script does in just a second, as the next script kind of helps to explain it. So go ahead and back out of that and open up script 3. Now this one is going to be boundary check. The check is going to be exit. The filter is going to be players. And then the repeat is going to be 0.05, which is the smallest value after 0. Okay. The action 1 is going to be power set. The channel is going to be barvo. The state is going to be on. And then you can leave transfer. So what this does is it checks has the player left the boundary of the ball, which essentially, if you throw the ball, then after you threw it, you've left the boundary. It sets barvo, which is the variable that represents that, on, to tell the ball, hey, you've been thrown, go ahead and get ready to spawn in your fort. And so what this script 2 did is, at the beginning of the round, it just said, hey, the ball hasn't been thrown, so don't prematurely go off. Alright? So go ahead and get out of that and go to script 4. Now the condition for this is going to be timer check. The initial is going to be 5 seconds. The repeat is also going to be 5 seconds. Action 1 is going to be message send, and then Charlie. And so what this script does is it's acting as the timer. It'll check every 5 seconds and then it will send a message on Charlie, and that helps keep the timing of the ball. So it doesn't instantly activate as soon as you throw it. There's some time for it to roll on the ground, so it doesn't spawn just on top of you. And so that's what this script is going to be doing for us. Go ahead and get out of that and open up script 5, our last script. The condition for this is going to be message power multi. The trigger count is going to be 2. Condition 1 is going to be message received, and then on Charlie. And then the second condition is going to be power check, Barvo on. Action 1 is going to be power set. Channel is going to be alpha. The state is going to be on. Add an act, and then go ahead and add another action. Action 2 is going to be wait. The time is going to be 0.1 seconds. And then go ahead and add another action. And action 3 is going to be despawn. So what this does is it checks, has the ball been thrown, which is what Barvo represents. It checks, has it been 5 seconds, which is what Charlie represents. And if those two things are true, then turn alpha on, which is the variable from earlier, which says, hey, go ahead and spawn in the fort. It waits 0.1 seconds so that the fort can move to its new position, and then it despawns the ball so that the ball's not in the way of anything. Alright, and that's it. One last thing you'll have to do, not scripting related, I guess, but go ahead and go to the object properties, go down to labels, and now you have to pick any label. I mean, there's a ton of labels in this. I'd recommend using the users because they aren't used for anything. So I'm just going to stick with user alpha. Just use any label whatsoever and remember that label because you're going to need it in just a moment. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on to scripting the fort. Alright, so your fort is actually really simple to make. It only requires one script, but before we get to that, let me just talk about how to make it. So there's actually one rule to making your fort, and that is any blocks you use must be able to have a script on them. So that means you can't use man cannons. I don't think you can use teleporters, although I might be wrong on that. But things like all these, like crates and blocks and lights. You can use turrets and weapons. However, keep in mind turrets kind of get a little weird, and so it's really just a gamble as to whether the turrets will actually spawn on the base. And I haven't tried weapons yet, so they might be fine. But just kind of mess around, have fun with this. Once you're done making your base, you'll notice that I have this white little block right here, and this is the joint spherical 2x2x2 simple cage. And they're not actually physical, so you can walk straight through them. But this is going to be the center point of your base. It's like the brain, as you could say. And so what you need to do is you need to find the center of your base and put this thing right there and put it just above ground level, right? Because this is where the fort will try to meet the point of where the ball is. So if it's too high, you might have your fort underground, or it might be too, like above ground, or you'll run into problems. So just put it right above what's supposed to be ground level. And these joints are found if you go to extras and then go down to joints, and it's this thing right here that says joint spherical 2x2 simple cage. Okay, and it looks exactly like this. Just put it just above ground level inside of the center of your base, and then that's it. Go ahead and weld the base together, and once you've welded it together, you're gonna go to object properties and you'll see this thing that says parent. Move around the numbers until it says that the joint spherical 2x2x2 simple cage is the parent. And then that's it. That's all you have to do regarding that. Okay, so once you have built your base, now you can add the only script you're going to need. So go to object properties, go to scripting, and make one script. and open up said script. Now, I mean, I already made this base, so I'm not going to remove the script and rescript, so I'll just kind of walk you through it. So the condition is going to be power check. The channel is going to be alpha, and then the state is going to be on. Okay, and then the action is going to be move offset. And then once you're there, the target, this button right here that says target, you want to click on this, and mod 1 needs to be label add. And then you'll see this button that says label pop up. This is the label from earlier that you chose to put on your Porta Fort ball. So just go find whatever it was. Maybe it's the same as I chose. That's fine. And put it right here. And then that's all you're gonna have to do for that. The last thing you're gonna have to do for this script is where it says time, just change this to 0.1, and that's the smallest value. And so this script, what it does is it checks when alpha is on, and alpha is that variable saying, hey, the Porta Fort's been thrown, go ahead and like send the fort my way, send the fort to the ball. And once that's true, once the ball has been thrown, move the fort towards this target, which is the ball, in 0.1 seconds, which essentially you want it to move really fast, so it just appears, right? And then that's all you're gonna have to do for the Porta Fort. Now, in regards to setting up the Porta Fort, all you have to do is take it and put it underneath the ground somewhere. I wouldn't put it above ground, because if you put it in the sky, then, well, one, it might crush players if it has a floor, and then two, it'll be just floating there, so you can't see anything above the ground, or under the ground. And then don't put it ground level, because if you put it ground level, it might like run in really fast and smack a player, and then they might go flying that way. So just put it underneath the ground. And then that's it. So now you have your Porta Fort, you grab your ball, you throw your Porta Fort, it waits a moment, it explodes, your Porta Fort has spawned, and you can jump up and enjoy yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this, hope you found it useful and entertaining. If you liked it, then go ahead and hit that like button. If you disliked it, then I guess hit the dislike button. And if you'd like to see more content like this, then go ahead and hit the subscription button. Also, I have a playlist of many other Forge tutorials for Halo 5, like a random weather script, as well as many others that you might enjoy, so I'd recommend checking that out. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and leave them in the description down below. I'll answer all of them, I swear. And I'll see you guys next time. So, peace.